Hey there friends, welcome back to another Legally Armed America video. I'm of course Paul Glasgow here, the one and only truth pimp, dealing you a vulgar display of logic and reason on a daily basis. Today we're going to talk about Cracker Barrel. Yeah, the old place with the wooden floors and the checkerboards on the tables, the old school stuff, just kind of has that old granny feel to it, right? Picture perfect old school America, rocking chairs on the porch. Walls decorated like some kind of tribute to the working class Americans out there. Yeah, roll up your sleeves, come on in, and eat some home-cooked food, right? No, that's the skin that you're looking at. That's not what's really been inside this whole time, guys. First, guys, please go check out my friends CMMG. They have a brand new line of zeroed brand suppressors that they are releasing. These suppressors offer impressive sound suppression. They're very ruggedly built, and trust me, they are at a very affordable price. They are calling these the everyman suppressor, meaning that they are at a price point where they expect most everybody, every man at least, if you still know what men are, to be able to afford one. These suppressors are built in-house in America, in Missouri, at the CMMG plant. They're made with 17-4 stainless steel, and they feature a durable tubeless design, laser welded baffle stacks, and easy to clean nitride finish. Check them out. Go to CMMG. Again, CMMG. Don't forget to use my code FTATF and you will get 10% off these unbelievable suppressors along with anything else from CMMG. Again, FTATF is the discount code. Folks, a lot of people thought that Cracker Barrel was this down-home old country style restaurant from East Tennessee that all of us could relate to, right? All of us Southerners had that feel to it, right? It's been a ruse the whole time. In reality, Cracker Barrel has been run by liberal corporate leadership for a very long time. These people have been slowly but purposely bending and shifting to the left while using their, quote, country charm as a marketing gimmick to essentially mock Southerners and working class people. And it worked. Look at the outrage. It's going to be modernized and all the working class people are outraged. Meanwhile, they've been taking your money all this time. It's the same people. It's just now you can see what they really look like. But it's the same people. Nothing's really changed other than the logo. They were never actually invested in honoring American conservative culture. If anything, they were embarrassed by it. Look at how they distance themselves from anything that might connect them to middle America's values while leaning harder into inclusivity campaigns that appeal to, what? Liberal audiences, not conservative ones. Now, let me rephrase. It's not fair to say that they've always been liberal run, but at the corporate level, they all become that way, right? In the 90s, the company had actually fired several LGBTQ plus ABCDEFG employees for failing to demonstrate normal heterosexual values. Now, that was early 1990s, I believe 1991. They actually had some discrimination lawsuits a little bit later on, kind of around the same thing. 2014 timeframe, the company's political action committee actually heavily favored Republican candidates with about a 90% contribution to GOP. But that's where it kind of started to turn. So we're looking at about a 10-year window where this methodical change and transition to liberalism kind of started happening. And look, I mean, obviously they continued with the look as a mockery to conservatives, but they certainly were changing at the corporate level at the top. By 2020, 2021-ish, they had definitely taken almost their final steps towards inclusion and trying to be woke at that point. I mean, by then, it had actually scored an 80 on the Human Rights Campaign's Corporate Equality Index after scoring as low as a 0 in 2002. So you can see it took about a 20-year term. By 2020, 2021, they were in full liberal mode. Cracker Barrel has never been ours to anybody who's been paying attention. They realized what conservative America, working class America liked and wanted, went out and bought all that stuff, made a restaurant, and said, come on in, you bunch of hillbillies and rednecks, and they took your money. Truth is, their wholesome country brand was never a genuine reflection of us conservatives or conservative America. It was a mockery of it. Pretty much a caricature designed to sell you biscuits, a little bit of white gravy thrown on top of that, while behind the curtain they were more aligned with liberal corporate ideology than they ever were with the people who kept the doors open and ate at the tables. The new Cracker Barrel look, logo, feel, all that, it's not a betrayal. It's a peeling of the onion skin off to find what? An onion inside. It's always been an onion. It just had a different skin on it. That's the interesting thing about liberals, especially liberal capitalists, which is really weird because you hear a lot of liberal Democrats are so anti-capitalist. But they're the first ones that will recognize what the true conservatives need or want, and then they disguise themselves as that to go take their money. Sometimes we're just not smart enough to see that. Now, I've seen the underbelly of Cracker Barrel for a long time. And look, don't get me wrong. I like the food there. I mean, I like the place. I'm not trying to act like I'm holier than thou. I've never eaten there because I know who they are. No, I've always known who they were, but I still eat there. I eat at a lot of liberal places out there because it's places to eat. Some of them actually have good food. But to sit here and fool ourselves that, oh, they took something from us because they reskinned it. All they did, again, was take off the coating on the outside. Nothing on the inside changed. Yeah, I know the looks of it. Yeah, I mean, if you want to call changing the drapes as a big change, that's essentially what it is. I mean, it's paint and carpet is what they're changing over there. I mean, no, my point is don't get upset about it. Why get upset about it? Why lose any sleep about it? If you don't want to patronize these types of businesses, then just don't go. But don't get mad because the logo's different. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is we are bigger than that. I don't care if they change the logo. If I feel like eating Cracker Barrel, I'm still going to go. Now, truthfully, probably haven't eaten Cracker Barrel in about 15 years. We got one just over the river. Just the food's not that appealing to me to drive 15, 20 minutes from here to get it. I mean, I got a kitchen right over there. I can make biscuits and gravy myself. I certainly don't need to be patronized by people who are taking my money, laughing about me, and dressing up like me and mocking me. I have friends that can do that to me for free, and they'll bring a 12-pack over. At least they bring something with me. That's the other thing. They changed, I think it was in 2020, I believe it was COVID year. They actually started serving alcohol there. That should have been a sign to everybody. I'm not anti-alcohol, but I think that should have been a sign also, you know, the whole corporate thing of it all. And again, it's the irony of a liberal-run business who acts like they hate capitalism, but are doing everything they can from a capitalist standpoint to take advantage of true capitalists. Why? Because we're the ones that work. We're the ones that actually have money to spend. Have you ever noticed that restaurants that try to or attempt to appeal to the hippies, the wackos, or the blue hairs out there, they don't make any money and they end up closing? It's because nobody on that side has constant, steady work. I shouldn't say nobody, some do. The vast majority of them don't. Where on the flip side, we work. We take pride in ourselves. We take pride in our families. We take pride in our homes, in our communities. And we don't mind going out and spending good money for a good meal. And that's how places like Cracker Barrel have managed to stay afloat all this time. Look, if you got to look at the underbelly of every single corporate organization out there that you somehow or another think right now is one of us, like ours, you wouldn't eat anywhere. You wouldn't. I mean, probably what comes to mind right now, and this is not because I have a good friend here in the local area that owns one, maybe Chick-fil-A. I mean, because you kind of see that. I mean, Chick-fil-A has taken a lot of heat from the top down, being very conservative and very, very Christian based. So I think that's one of the only corporations that's successful, and they are very successful, that stands out to me that maybe I'm being super naive, but you guys can comment in the comment section down below. I think they're conservative, but I would be willing to bet that most of all the others, even if they have some conservative leadership, their structure of board members and everything else is very, 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 very liberal. I mean, anything at the high-end corporate level is run very liberal these days anymore. There's not a whole lot of conservatives running things at that top elite level, CEOs and whatnot. Again, I know they're sprinkled throughout corporations, but I'm talking about the ideology of an entire organization, assuming that kind of identity. Yeah. Not a lot of conservative ones out there. Proof of that liberal stance is kind of here. Out of the 100 most visible U.S. brands surveyed in a 2024 Axios Harris poll, 41% were perceived as, quote, left-leaning, meaning liberal. Only 19% were right-leaning, conservative, and the remaining 40% as neutral without strong political association. Now, of course, You can drill that down a little bit more if you start looking into places like Open Secrets, where it's going to actually give you political contributions, and that's a little bit more, I think, telling. For instance, in the 2024 election cycle, tech internet industries leaned 80 to 86% towards Democrats, while oil and gas leaned 88% towards Republicans. So sometimes it's the industry that you're in. I think I might go eat me a chicken sandwich tomorrow from Chick-fil-A, as a matter of fact, because they're closed on Sunday, right? But again, guys, don't get so mad about the Cracker Barrel thing. I mean, if you feel like the Cracker Barrel that you grew up with is disappearing, let's face it, guys, that's because it was never real in the first place. Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. Was Cracker Barrel ever really real? I mean, I know they originated in East Tennessee, but that's like saying a Cajun restaurant in New Jersey serves good Cajun food. I'm not touching it. Just because that's where they were from doesn't mean they're still country. Don't forget, guys, if you're looking for a book to educate yourself and to educate the idiots out there who can't think for themselves regarding mass shootings, go to damnliars.net. Again, damnliars.net, and get my brand new book, Damn Liars.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.